Okay, so recently I was thinking about the idea that Neville Goddard was talking about what would the feeling be like if it were true. And I know this topic has been discussed a lot, but there's a nuance point to it, which is the feeling of having something is not of emotion, it's not of ecstasy, um, it's not of really over the moon emotions. It is about a conviction or a silent knowing that you have something. And this knowing can be cultivated before something happens by understanding that you can claim something in consciousness and that can appear, right? That's the basis of law of assumption or manifestation, anyways. That you claim something before it happens. You, you make the unseen seen in your mind's eye. And then you just say that you have it, right? And you walk with that conviction that I have something. And this feeling is then automatically, it slowly builds in you, and eventually you feel like you actually have it. And so the easiest way to invoke this sort of feeling is to ask, what would the feeling be like if it were true? Who would you be, right? If you had something, you would behave differently, right? You would drink your coffee with a certain different touch, right? If somebody is financially abundant and they have their house, they would drink their morning coffee very differently than a person who does not have it. And so every action and step you take it from that identity. If what you want, you have it, and it was true. So asking your question, what would the feeling be like if it were true? That's the portal. That's like a small portal from which you can get into your state of being that you seek, and then embodying that. And just, a lot of people say, but how do I know? Knowing is a decision. It's a conviction. It's a decision. You just decide it by understanding that this is how reality works. This is how anything that you have right now you got. You made a decision or you imagined it. For big things, you decided that you have them, or for small things, you just imagined and allowed it to unfold. Right? You carried that feeling, you carried the state of being with you unknowingly. So now you can do it consciously by claiming what would the feeling be like if it were true, embody that state, and then say that you have it now. And just drink your coffee as though now you have what you say that you have. Do every action in your life knowing at the back of it, holding the intention that you have what you desire. So the question is very important to ask yourself about anything that you want. What would the feeling be like? And this now, I will transfer this sort of train of thought to a question that I have on Google form by somebody who wants to be anonymous. So I will not say too much about their question, but they are manifesting a specific person, and there is a third party involved, and there is a time crunch sort of situation as well. And they say that they're struggling to manifest this, and they are like wondering how, right? How it can be done. And the time is critical. Like there is a time crunch before it. If it does not happen, then things might be bad. But you see, this is an assumption. The time crunch is also made up. That deadline does not exist. There is only now. And whenever somebody comes to me about a time crunch, I always tell them, if you focus on time, you will never be able to manifest what you want, because you will always be thinking about the time, right? You are so focused on the deadline that you can never focus on your state of being. So what are you to do then? You are to remove time, because there is no such thing as time. The future that you think is going to happen has not happened yet. It does not exist yet. But because of your association with time and that I need to make it happen by then or it's over for me, that's also an assumption. That's not true right now. It's an assumption. You're projecting that into the future. So you must drop that and you must ask yourself, there is only now moment. And in this now moment, who am I being? Right? What would the feeling be like if we're true? Who would you be? Right? You would say that, oh yeah, we are together and like we are living together, right? He's mine, we are living together, my coffee tastes wonderful, we are living this wonderful life together, and whatever you do, you say, oh yeah, we're together, absolutely, it's I am in my desired reality now. You wouldn't say that I need him to make choose me. You're already chosen. You say to yourself that you're already chosen. You would not be thinking about the third party, because third party makes you realize that you're not yet who you desire to be, right? It postpones it, like I first need to get rid of them in order for me to be who I say that I am. You're seeking permission from circumstances, which is not, you will never get it. Circumstances cannot give you anything. They just are. They're a dead reality, old dead reality that cannot give you anything new. It's just playing out what is already there, right? So instead of focusing on the deadline, instead of focusing on trying to be chosen by that person, no, say I am already chosen. I am already chosen because nobody is better than me. I am perfect. I am the prize. I like he's totally obsessed with me, right? This sort of, if it were true, this is how it would be, right? He would have already chosen you. You would already be like living a perfect relationship, and you would already be there where you want to be. So instead of focusing on, oh no, he's gonna choose the other person, or oh no, the time is coming, I don't have enough time, it's gonna be over. These are all assumptions, right? You're only focusing on the negative aspect of what you don't want. And so this is why I would say that don't think about time. The deadline that you think is coming is not coming, is gonna come in the now moment, whenever it's gonna come. So there is only now moment. In this now moment, ask yourself this question: who am I being? Am I being somebody who is trying to manifest, or am I being somebody who already has what I say that I want? And the best way to say it is to claim it, like I'm already, like we are together, and he's the most loving, you know, uh, in my situation, however he wants to be, he's perfect, and he cannot stop, you know, loving me or choosing me. Why? Because I am the prize. Nobody is better than me. You build the self-concept that you're already chosen, you're already who you desire to be, instead of trying to make yourself worthy, trying to get yourself chosen, trying to attract somebody. That's not the way, because focusing on the outer world does not lead anywhere, because it's already manifested. The way to change the outside world is to change your self-concept and your state of being from within. And so when you change from within, the outside automatically changes.